Pisces. I'm here to give you just a bite of a wild card love read, straight from the hip with lots of lip. And we're looking at these triad of Venus transits that are occurring this month. That's a little bit of a tongue twister. Maybe you're experiencing a little bit of a tongue twister. You're trying to find the words. You're trying to find the words. Interesting. Okay. This just coming in. This just coming in. Okay. I had kind of an interesting download come in for you, but before I get to that, just so I don't get off track, this is for any significant Pisces placement, or if you have a prominent placement in the 12th house. Likewise, if you have Virgo rising, that makes you a Pisces descendant, and you may find a lot of resonance with these messages. Okay, so the download that I got in around you is that there's something that you're secretly happy about. There's something you're secretly happy about. You know it's a little selfish, but you don't care. You also may be trying to find the right words because you might have some splaining to do in a situation. Or you could be dealing with somebody like this too. Okay, this is a really interesting energy going on right now, I have to say, because with the 420 Uranus Jupiter conjunction coming in, you are really experiencing a lot of mirroring energy between the Sagittarian energy because you both share Jupiter as a ruler. All right. And there's also a lot of heavy duty, like karmic cycles rolling out right now because we got Libra in the South Node, and that's all about weighing up, the work that needs to be done spiritually before we can transform those rough hands of fate into the stuff of destiny. But this is what came through. Okay. So pick what side you're on. Either you're feeling this way or somebody else is feeling this way. All right. So the deal is you or another that you're dealing with is secretly happy about a situation where they were able to cause some kind of drama, arguments, or potentially separation in a home. All right. That's how it's coming in. I'm just here to report it. I'm not here to, I'm not here to, censor the message. That's how it's coming in. And there's something in relation to this where there's a love interest involved. And maybe that's why there's a little bit of happiness about this. I'm picking up multiple layers of messages here, though, as I have been with Pisces for a bit, okay? I do feel like somebody's wanting some answers here and somebody's tongue-tied. It could be you, Pisces, okay? You may not know how to explain yourself in a situation, or you're asking some very pointed questions and the person you're dealing with doesn't have the answers. This may be causing some fights within a home, all right? Some trouble within a home. But somebody here was motivated selfishly, okay, because they wanted something and they wanted someone. And perhaps that someone was already connected to another, and they knew that in order to get what they wanted, they had to maybe cause some problems in that connection. All right. Yeah, look at this. Yeah, somebody wants to claim a heart here. We got the queen with a bird's eye view. How can I snatch my prey? How can I swoop down and capture that heart that I want? Three's a crowd, man. I got to get one of these characters to fly out of this scenario. Yeah, and there's a bit of pain involved here. It burns a bit. Somebody may be upset about this, though, and they may be on the war path, all right? And they may want some answers. They may strike out, they might strike out and reveal some hard truths that cause that energy to whip back around as well, causes some problems in a situation for you. I see this as like very mirrored energy. It's interesting. Let's just check it out. But I do see the bottom line is this happiness here that's desired. And maybe on the road to happiness, there first has to be a directional reroute. There might need to be some solar flares. It might need to get a little complicated. Life path number 8 could be involved in this situation. But there's some helpful forces at hand here to facilitate a change that may be a little bit rocky, I have to say. It's a change that could cause some conflict. You could be dealing with a Leo in relation to this, all right? Let's see what comes through. All right. All of this is coming out as crossing energy. What do we got? Oh, well, there's something that happened in the past that's coming back to bite someone, right? And there may be somebody who's wanting to escape accountability in this situation, all right? There's some rats on the scene, right? So there are some untrustworthy characters connected to this situation. This could have to do with an old love. It could be something that, you know, is kind of like you thought it was buried, you thought it was done, dusted. I thought we made agreements back there, you know. I thought we were all squared away. Something's coming back up again. This thing just, you know, it takes a licking, it keeps on ticking, all right? It just keeps coming back. It keeps coming back around, and it is coming back to cause some kind of disruption, all right? So something is being destabilized here, and somebody's being held accountable in this situation. There might be like a sushi connection, maybe somebody that you used to go to sushi with a lot, all right? There's kind of a little bit of upheaval in a situation happening here. Let me do a cut of the deck, and then we're going to pull out some pretty like straight up kind of cards here. I think we'll go for the angels with you. Let's see. Yeah, somebody's on the attack here because they're finding out about some kind of temptation. All right, this could have come between two, I have to say. All right, it looks like the woman in this scenario is on the attack. Yes, because they found out about some secret activity going on in this situation. Somebody's crowing about it too. They're not willing to keep quiet. This could be somebody who's been keeping an eye on the situation. They're about to let this woman know what's been going on, and when she finds out, she will be on the warpath. Okay, praying mantis, she mates, she kills. The woman is the one who does that. This is a woman in this situation. All right. Could be a life path number 6. Okay, now everybody's scattering and running. They don't want to answer these questions. Woo! I mean, there's some bad luck boomeranging back around in this situation for sure. And if there was any spell work done in this situation, well, that also will be flipping up and reversing here, okay? So let's see what's going on here. Let's see what's going on here. Angels, yes. Come here, angels. What do we got? Queen of Cups, your energy right here, okay? I think you're in a pretty good spot. It says redemption serves against enemies, governs chastity, all right? At least that's the story. At least that's the story. Let's check it out. Let's check it out, Pisces. You're like, I've been good. I haven't done anything. I've just been sitting here on my lonesome. I'm not hooking up with anybody, you know. Maybe somebody's like spreading some lies on you. It's causing disruption in a relationship. You're like, I'm not fooling around with anybody. Okay, at least that's the bottom line. That's the story. So she goes, let's see what's going on here, Pisces. See what's going on here. You could be the one on the warpath, all right? Maybe you're hearing that somebody's, you know, accusing you of things and you want to like squash that. You want to nip that in the bud. What do we got here? Page of Pentacles could be that Pied Piper, somebody with a strong earth sign placement, trying to get everybody to follow their lead, saying they got the inside scoop on a situation. They're coming through as being loyal and having an allegiance. You know, this is somebody who's coming off as, you know, being a friend, having the best interests at heart. But we know the story of the Pied Piper. So let's see what's going on here. Yeah, we got 2 of Wands, love and wisdom, victory over those who would attack you. Okay, so this is good. So where you do feel like somebody's on the war path or like somebody's going to attack you, I don't see that happening, okay? Maybe this is something you're afraid of. Maybe this is something you're guarding yourself against. Maybe something is coming out and there's a fear that there's going to be a problem or some kind of disruption or somebody's going to be on the attack when they hear about this. Maybe that's not so, right? We got strength, right? This is the ability to overcome past challenges. Again, Leo coming forward as a particular character to look out for in this situation, could be involved in this situation. I do feel like where you could experience challenges, you know, you're getting a little help from your friends. You do have some loyal people in your corner, and they'll help you through maybe a little dicey passage here. Yeah, I mean, this happiness, there it is again, right? So there is some happiness coming through for you. It absolutely will be preserved. It says restoration of life and protection from adversaries. All right. It also says protection from rabies and wild beasts. So where you feel like somebody's coming at you, like frothing at the mouth, you know, on the attack, I think you're going to be just fine here, okay? You do have people looking out for you. You got some help from people in high places. Now we got Queen of Pentacles coming in. So you could have a strong earth sign placement in your chart, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, okay? There's some kind of compensation, consolation coming in here where you did feel like, you know, you were put in kind of a rough position. I do feel like something's coming in to balance this out and make this right. Let's see what this is. You could be dealing with an earth sign energy. Eight of Swords. Truth and justice. Protection from enemies who would steal one's fortune. All right. So you may have somebody in your camp that, you know, might feel a little suspect, somebody that you feel is, you know, trying to come in between something that you feel is like, you know, earmarked for you, trying to cause some kind of confusion in a situation, you know, trying to like get you in this place where, you know, you're not sure what's going on. Does feel like there's been some kind of confusion in a situation, but truth and justice will prevail in this situation. And where you were dealing with something where maybe somebody was taking advantage of you financially, okay, and this is somehow connected to matters of the heart, I feel like this is going to be rectified, all right? Maybe you felt like you were dealing with somebody who was kind of like a user energy. You felt like they were just using you for what you could provide for them financially, something like that. Okay. But I feel like either way, you got somebody helping out here. It could be, you know, for you that are in a relationship, a committed relationship, this could be your partners helping you out here to straighten this out. I see that. Because it says causes harmony and peace and calms anger in anyone. All right. So somebody is like kind of taking a stand in this situation, comes through as strong earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. All right. You could be a Virgo rising. This could be speaking really strongly to you. But I do feel like, you know, where you are wanting to have a new beginning, you got some kind of truth that's on your side. It's backing you up. There's somebody who's, you know, standing by you with that. And there's a way to get through this without there being any kind of problems. Nobody's coming on the attack. It doesn't look like. Looks like that's not something that really needs to be a concern. Okay. And with this, we got the Eight of Pentacles. Okay. And on the other side of that, the 10 of Pentacles. All right. So I see that, you know, a lot of you are in a committed relationship. And maybe there's been some kind of shock to the relationship or some kind of issues in the relationship that kind of threatened things for a while, might have made things kind of difficult on the home front, uprooted some stability. All right. I do feel like maybe there was confusion too in this relationship. Somebody was confused. Maybe they were confused about whether or not they wanted to stay in the relationship. Somebody might have been worried about an affair. This could have been an issue. Somebody could have had an affair or an attraction, or there could have been somebody that, you know, maybe you turned somebody down and they were bitter about that. Because they were bitter about that, they started kind of like spreading rumors about what was going on. And maybe they lied, you know, maybe they made it out like you were stepping out on your relationship or something and you weren't. All right. This could be somebody who approached you and, you know, wanted to have an opportunity with you romantically, and you're like, nope, you know, I'm not interested, or I'm in a relationship, or vice versa. Okay, so there could have been a little bit of somebody being like burned because they got turned down, and so they tried to cause problems in your relationship. Justice. Okay, so where anything like that went down, you don't need to worry about this, right? Because the truth will be known and innocence will prevail. This is like fair judgment at the south node. You know, this is being balanced out, so that looks really good. Any further details about this? So something's being worked out here. There is something that happened behind the scenes here, though, because we do have Page of Swords. We know this, all right? The Page of Swords to come in with the other secretive messages. There is sort of like, there is a little bit of cover up energy here. This might be somebody wanting to like kind of get to the other side of an indiscretion, the Hanged Man. Okay, your energy, desire for knowledge, protects from liars, evil spells, and bad spirits. All right. So again, you may feel like somebody is working against you, and that's why you're having these challenges. You might feel it's connected to somebody that wanted maybe to have some kind of romantic connection with you. They wanted to see some growth in your connection. You nipped it in the bud. You're like, I'm not interested. You were already with somebody. Okay. This could have been, you know, somebody who was trying to get you to move forward very impetuously. You know, they were coming on very strong. I mean, we got your energy here coming in also with the Knight of Swords. We got Knight of Cups, Knight of Swords, all right? This could have been something in relation to like somebody's past lover and the children in connection with that. Could have been causing division within a relationship. And maybe there was some kind of lies spread in that regard, I have to say. Because it says here, makes children respectful toward their parents and protects the fertility of women. Knight of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. All right. And under the Knight of Cups, it says perception and revelation, discovers hidden treasure, reveals secrets. Okay. So, you know, you might be figuring out where the problems have been caused in a relationship. They could be in relation to a baby's mama. They could be in relation to, you know, grown children from somebody's, you know, previous connection that they had in your relationship, like their ex, you know, the children they share with their ex are causing a problem. And this sort of like stunted the growth in a connection. But I do feel like where there is those kind of like family dynamics that have been sort of difficult to hash out, something is being balanced out here. And maybe somebody's stepping forward and they're apologizing or they're taking some kind of action to make things right in this regard. Let's do a cut of the deck here and see what we got. We got 7 of Wands. Okay, and again, it says deliverance from enemies, both visible and invisible. There's a little bit of an interesting kind of like mirroring energy here. And there could be that somebody in this situation has been way up into their head. They've been coming up with really like dramatic scenarios about what's going on here. It's either you or it's the person that you are romantically involved with. They think that somebody's going to be on the attack if this is like outed. And there's something here where it's like, it's a false flag. Like, somebody is unnecessarily protecting themselves from the enemy, whoever they view as the enemy in this situation. And the reality is that, you know, sometimes we're our own worst enemies, okay? Because we think something's going to happen and it's not. So it's weird. I got kind of like this interesting message here because there are kind of like some indications that there's been some sneaky behavior that has gone on in a situation. And maybe, you know, somebody did step out of a relationship. Maybe they did cheat or something. And they're trying to like keep that on the down low. And they're afraid that the person they cheated with is going to like go and like start a bunch of drama. And the reality is it doesn't look like that's what's going to happen at all. Okay. So there's like an unnecessary fear here. But that's what's sort of interesting about things like that, because when people do step out, you know, when people do step out, it's like it's the secret that like sort of warlords over them and creates a lot of complications in situations. All right. I feel like you're dealing with a situation. I don't know. It keeps coming through like this, like somebody got turned down in a situation, and where there was a case where, let's say, somebody did step out in a relationship. I think, you know, things are different now, and there's a desire to maintain a relationship that you have. You're not wanting this relationship to come undone here. You're not. And there could be like somebody stirring up things, causing problems, you know, a third party in this situation that, you know, is the person that at one point was like the mistress or something, is causing some complications. They're still keeping an eye on this situation. Either that, or like I said, it's third party in the sense of it's related to a baby's mama or the children, you know, from that relationship of, you know, your partner, their ex, you know, is kind of causing some issues. Again, we got Virgo energy coming up here with the Hermit, coming through really strong Virgo reference. So I feel like this is coming in pretty potently for those who have a strong Virgo placement in their chart. All right. There's something that's been transformed here. Maybe you were involved in a situation like this. It could be kind of like a messy situation too, where there's multiple people involved, where there's like a committed relationship involved, and then there's like kind of like, you know, some people kind of like hooking up on the side too. There is something that happened here that wasn't quite right, but I do feel like, you know, there is also like having your name cleared in a situation, like getting out of a sticky situation and getting to the other side of it and preserving a relationship that's really important to you, it looks like, okay? And where there is fear that somebody's going to like be on the attack, it's like a made up story. It's not true. Maybe somebody was making up stories about somebody. It could be that too. Somebody was trying to paint a picture of somebody saying that, oh, you know, their ex is like super aggressive and is going to be on the attack, and that's not true at all. Like somebody here is just like a total hermit, man. They're just like minding their own business, doing their own thing. They're not involved in this situation. They're on a spiritual path, okay? They keep to themselves. And with that, we have the high priestess here, okay? So this could be your energy coming in very strongly. You're like, I'm just doing my own thing, you know? I'm just working my path. I'm not bothering nobody, okay? So it looks like you might have gotten pulled in just like some kind of drama or complicated situation. I just heard guilt by association, okay? So maybe your association with a particular character in this story, it could be a friend, it could be, you know, someone's ex or something. If there's something, maybe that was hidden and that's what's causing complication in a situation. There is a hidden element here. I feel a little slipperiness with the read too, so I want to get some clarity about this particular question right here. I feel like the energy is very jumbled. I think that's why the situation is confusing. There's a lot of different people involved in this situation, but we know from the super awesome future cards that something shady did go down here. There was secrecy, okay? There's been some conflict in association with this. Somebody is very angry in this situation, all right? So what is this about? What is this about? Angels, give me a very clear answer here, because I feel a real jumbling of energy. I'm seeing more earth sign energy in your read than I'm seeing your read. So is there an earth sign that's like controlling the narrative here? What's going on with this? Something is very strange. I'm going to sort this out. I feel like there's a thread here I need to tug on, so I'm going to Pisces. What is Pisces' role in this situation? What is Pisces' role in this situation? What's going on here? What is Pisces' role in this romantic situation? Pisces only. Take out all this cross-watcher energy, please. What is Pisces' role in this situation, Spirit? Lay it on us, angels. Call it as it is. We're just going to do a cut of the deck to the left and take the top card on the right, all right? What is Pisces' role in this romantic mess? It looks like it's a mess, okay? It looks like too many cooks in the kitchen, I have to say. It's causing problems in a committed relationship, could be causing problems in a home situation, all right? Somebody's happy about this. It was somebody's intention. They did it for selfish motivation. I got that, all right? So I need to find out who that sort of somebody is, okay? What is Pisces' role in this situation, please? Pisces only, Spirit. Pisces only, Spirit. Okay, let me do this cut. Check this out. All right. So you can get a full view. We're going to do a cut to the left. Take that top card on the right. Pisces role. 10 of Cups. Divine warrior confounds the wicked and brings victory and peace. So good. So this is where you're at, Pisces. All right. And on the other side there, 4 of Cups. Healing capacity. Protection from weapons. Okay. So there's some kind of committed relationship, it looks like here for most of you Pisces, or, you know, even if you're not currently in a relationship, okay, this could be around an old relationship that was particularly volatile, right? That's what I got. I feel like you're assured peace in this situation. There's not going to be anybody on the attack in this situation. And, you know, there's no need to even worry about this kind of like coming back around the bend, right? Something's been karmically balanced out in this situation, all right? So this looks good. I really wanted to clarify that. Let me get one more. We're going to find out who's the troublemaker, all right? Let's find out here. Ooh, Page of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Divine comfort. Gives consolation and protection from one's enemies. So we know you got somebody that's like, you know, somebody's causing problems for you, Pisces, all right? But you got protection. Everything's fine here. You've got some loyal people on your side. I feel like where you're wanting a particular commitment preserved is preserved, right? So let's figure out who is causing these problems for Pisces in their love story. Who is causing these problems? Who is truly, you know, the mastermind behind this? Because I got that. So somebody is really selfish in this situation that is trying to cause, you know, issues for you Pisces. So let's just see who is trying to cause issues for Pisces here. What is this? It has Page of Cups, you on the bottom again, Pisces, okay? Divine comfort gives consolation and protection from one's enemies. Maybe you're your own worst enemy, Pisces. Maybe you've told yourself a bunch of stories that just aren't true, okay, in relation to a particular situation. Because you're coming up in both positions here. Could it be like kind of like reflections from past relationships or past conflicts or something that's playing out in your present situation? Let's do a cut of the deck here. What have we got? The Sun, Leo energy, restoration of life, protection from adversaries. So on the other side here, Ace of Wands. Fertility and multiplicity, protects against despair, helps one be patient. 5 of Wands, you're trying to be patient in some kind of conflict. There's a Leo. This is Leo all over it with Hangman right behind it, okay? So I got both your energy, Pisces, and a Leo is what's coming out here, okay? So this has something to do with an old relationship. There's an ability to overcome the challenges in this situation. There could be a Leo involved. There is so much Leo indication here. We've had the Sun come up so many times, all right? There is some kind of protection here. Maybe you're afraid you got some Leo like on your tail. You think this Leo is going to come after you. If you do think there's a Leo on your tail here, there's protection around this. I also feel there's the ability to overcome this conflict and these past challenges in this situation. It keeps coming up over and over and over and over and over again. Protection, 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 okay? Very strong Leo indications, okay? So you may have felt like a Leo was really causing problems in your relationship. I feel like you're protected from this. You may have felt like a Leo was like lying on your name, you know, causing some disruption, hanging you up at the crossroads, preventing you from taking a certain action. But there's protection here. And I do see you being able to get the truth out in a really messy situation with the 5 of Wands here. All right. So this is a big conflict. This is multi-layered. There's many people involved in this situation. Where you're fearing an attack, there's not going to be one. But it is coming through like this a little bit. Okay. I feel like Pisces, there's a reason why you're experiencing the disruption, and there is something that did happen in this situation that isn't quite right, and there is some level of secrecy that's been going on that creates like an atmosphere where there's an inability to have true trust in a situation. And I do feel like there's upset in this situation. There's been fights and there's been drama in this situation. And when I asked about, you know, who's working against, I mean, you came out there too. You could also be dealing with a Cancer, or you could be dealing with a Scorpio as well. It's possible. But every time that Page of Cups has come out, the Hangman came out with it, or the High Priestess. And that's your energy, Pisces. So there is something about personal accountability too. You're playing a part in this situation on some level, right? But I do think you're going to have strength to overcome in this situation. Or a Leo is. I mean, I have to say, there's some mirroring going on. You're dealing with a Leo. You got Sekhmet on the bottom of the deck here, right? So there is a need for boundaries in this situation. And there is somebody on the opposite side here who feels like they're in equally as strong position as you, I have to say, okay? You are stronger than you think, and your strength always assures a happy outcome. So there's a piece here about where you do feel like maybe you're outnumbered, or the odds are against you, or you got like a really kind of like intense opponent you got to face off with. I feel like it's a story, though, that you've created in your head. I honestly have to say, it does give me the vibe of a little smoke and mirrors, like you're creating a certain storyline here that it's not accurate, and it's more of like a reflection of maybe the past, like how things have been in the past, but it doesn't have any bearing on the present situation. Right? Yeah, this is past life stuff that's coming up, that's nipping at your heels here. Get focused. There could be a Sagittarius in the mix here. There's a need to get focused in this situation. There's also a need to just speak really clearly. Like something here needs to be clearly divined. Clearly divined. Queerly divined, I almost said. Interesting. I wonder what that's about. Yeah, I mean, the way that came out is really interesting. But do you have questions about somebody's sexuality? Do you have questions about your sexuality? This might be coming in to somebody. Is somebody you're romantically involved with questioning your sexuality? Okay, this could be coming in for some of you. Either way, I got this thing where it's like, stop trying to define the future and actually like look at what's here right now. This is like, there's some kind of distorted reflections happening here. Has something to do with a past life or the way things used to be, right? And it's activating what you're seeing in the present, or how a particular love story relationship is being viewed in the present. This could also be like a soul family kind of issue, you know, where you're dealing with a bunch of soulmates and they're all converging at the crossroads. And it's a bit of a traffic jam, okay? It's a bit to get things moving forward, but I do feel like the challenges can be overcome. What goddess is here to support Pisces in navigating this situation? What goddess is here to support Pisces in navigating this situation? It feels like a lot of cross-wire communication. I know there's protection here, okay? So like nobody is like, nobody needs to like, you know, prepare for attack. That's not what's happening here, okay? Maybe that's how the situation used to be in the past, okay? Maybe you were used to dealing with a lot of kind of like volatile energies. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting here. It says Bast, independent. Your independence is a foundation for your strength and success. So, again, remember, I brought in that guilt by association piece. So there might be like a part of your story where it's like, it has everything to do with who you are connected with. And maybe this is something that was like concealed or hidden. And now somebody's finding out that you have a connection with somebody that, you know, it makes you feel like you might be somebody. It makes you seem like somebody who maybe can't be trusted in this situation, because it's like, why is this all being done behind the scenes? I think you're breaking away from a particular connection, and it's you setting yourself apart from what's become a messy dynamic that actually puts you in a really strong position here. Yes. Don't back down, okay? Stand up for what you believe is right. That's really important. Let me do a cut of the deck here. We got Ishel, medicine woman, and on the other side, boundaries, all right? So I got that. Like, the boundary piece has been coming in for so many people. I do feel like you got a little bit more of a spiritual problem here. It does feel like that, okay? So there are some people you do need to have solid boundaries with and draw a firm line there, okay? And I see that with Bree, don't back down. Like, you know, if you let this energy back in, it's just going to cause this situation to flare up. It looks like this situation's in the process of being balanced out, I feel, because you started to recognize that there was more pain there than pleasure. You pulled yourself out of a particular scenario, and that was a good move because it allows you to kind of like move out of this. It looks like a shit storm. I have to tell you, there's a lot going on here. There's just a lot of sort of selfish intentions at play too that are stirring up a lot of drama. You could have some exes in the mix. I mean, it is that time. It's Mercury retrograde. We've got old stuff coming back around. So it's almost got this feeling of like echoes of the past or like reverberating through your present situation. And some of it may be just stuff that you're processing. And there might be a need to just like get some healing work done around this. But I feel it's more like spiritual healing work. And some of you are going through somewhat of an initiation, like your own healing gifts are awakening in you. And so it's sort of requiring you to go through this like corridor of mirrors where you're seeing past reflections, in some cases, you know, fragmented, recovered memories of past lives and different aspects of your own psyche that you're integrating, and also your love story. And maybe your love story through different lifetimes and with different soulmates. And this could be because you're about to go through a big initiation in love that's going to lead to a lot of happiness. Like I could see this too before making a really big commitment to somebody. You know, sometimes we can get cold feet. It can get a little scary. And there might be a particular connection that's still like kind of like energetically in your space, and you need to sort of like, you know, pull that out at the root so you can be back in your independent energy. You may have become a little enmeshed with somebody's energy and you took on a little bit of their stuff. You may have tried to heal a situation for somebody, okay? You may have thought you were being helpful or you were trying to facilitate some kind of healing in their situation, and you ended up becoming too energetically enmeshed in a situation that you should not have been involved in. And there's a need for you to kind of like disentangle this, okay? It's very interesting energy here. One cut of the deck and we'll close this out. Anya, leap of faith. All right. And on the other side here, we have Aphrodite, inner goddess. All right. So I do feel like you're going to get to the other side of this toward your true heart's desire. And there is something that you're preparing to leap into. All right. And it looks like your independence is your strength. So I don't know. I mean, something's been brewing here. I think you might be linking up with somebody that's challenging a current relationship you're in. I do feel like there's been challenges, upheaval, a little bit of some gossip, some manipulation spread around in this situation. People kind of like talking about other people's business is how it's coming through, right? And I feel like you've been really focusing on yourself. And I do feel like there's something you're preparing yourself for. You're preparing yourself for a leap in a particular direction. I feel like somebody that you consider your soulmate. All right. I mean, we got Aphrodite here. Aphrodite is about love and war. All right. And I don't know. I am picking this up. The energy is cloaked and the energy is slippery. Yeah, there's the boundaries there. Don't back down. I feel like somebody's really wanting to win a particular heart and they're willing to gamble in order to get it. And they might have to even leave a relationship in order to make this possible. And they might be preparing to do just that. And you may view it as a competition, okay? Or somebody you're dealing with views it as competition. But I feel like, where you fear an enemy, thwarting progress in this situation, I don't think so. I think you're going to hit the mark.